Currently, there are 9 wood types in Minecraft. Okay, there may be more, but ignore that. Thing is, I have exactly 64 times 7. Gotta carry the 1. Way too much wood to keep storing it in the little storage room I currently have. And that's why today I'm gonna build an awesome sawmill to store it all in. But of course, I can't stop there, so I'll also build a whole rock formation with a built-in waterfall and a river to add some much needed life into my village. Without further ado, I think it's about time to get going with today's video. Alright, but before all of that goes down, I have this giant square area that I need to clear out because not everything that is here is going to remain the same. I need to take down that tree, I need to take out some of the dirt to make way for a little river that I implemented into the design of the build, which you will see pretty soon. So yeah, I need to change this whole place. I definitely need to terraform a bit here with the dirt and everything. But after all that is done, I'm gonna get to the actual build. But for now, let's get a little destroying montage. Well, this whole place looks like a war zone. Let me actually give you a better look at it. I mean, it looks like a wither just had its fun. I also removed 2 of these trees to make way for a couple of more spruce trees to just change up the place a little bit, because I only have basically the same tree design, like copied a little bit modified for those, but it's like the same even here, even in the in the city over there. It's all the same. And I decided to change it because, yeah, a couple more tree species are not going to be anything bad. Also, I gotta say, the trees that you're going to see in today's video are courtesy of Sino, who is a friend of mine and an absolutely amazing content creator. I highly recommend you check him out, but he's way bigger than me, so you probably know who he is already. But anyway, I just wanted to credit him for these trees. I did not build them. They are actually the sin pines that he used in both Pine Rust, and I think he also used them somewhere else, I believe, maybe. Hopefully I'm not wrong, because I actually toured his world in one of his world tour videos that he recently posted. And yeah. So now I just need to start building. I think I'm going to start with the terrain, so I'm going to have the river done. Then I'm going to move on to the mountain, and then I'm going to go with the build itself. And of course, we're going to have a little pause between building the terrain and building the actual house, so I can explain, I don't know, my thought process on, or my thoughts on the build itself of the terrain. So yeah, with that said, let's get to it. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, this still looks pretty unrefined and everything because I don't have the trees in, I don't have the actual building. But I think that's it for the rocks, although I feel like there's some walls missing there. Huh, do I have any more walls on me? I do. Because, wait, let me fix that real quick. Okay, so there we go, that rock is a bit smoother now. There's a lot of stuff missing apparently, but I'll have to fix that. For now, I just wanna talk about this whole thing. So I decided I want to have a stream going through here, and of course I'm gonna have to edit this whole terrain, have the stream continue on whenever we expand this way. This is probably the least expanded direction when it comes to my village, which is Davidberg. Yeah, very very inspired name, I know. I also made this bridge. And for the bridge's like border, I guess, no, not border, like its railing, I decided to use this kind of sign arch in a way. Like that sign is sitting on a trapdoor, but you're not really gonna notice it. Like it seems like it has that pole going down, and it adds this like slight curve. It's not perfect. It's pretty choppy, but I mean, it kind of works for this very, very small bridge design because a bigger bridge would just not have worked here. So I had to make it out of trapdoors. Might have made it a bit too wide, but I think it's fine, and we're gonna leave it like this for now. For the waterfall, that whole top part is just glass, and I tried to mimic the watercolor by, oops, sorry, that's the Lightmatica menu, by having wool behind the glass to sort of simulate the same color. And yeah, there's still some foliage I need to place on the mountain, and of course the trees, which are gonna just tie the whole area in. But before all of that, I think I'm gonna build the main attraction of today's video, which is the lumber mill. Let me fill this in. And it's gonna come in right here. It's gonna go almost all the way up there. We're gonna have some trees, as I said, and it's gonna be awesome. Oh yeah, one more thing. I use these nether sprouts as like little plants along the river, and I really love their color. They add a nice little pop to the area, so it's not all just green and brown and whatever. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for what I wanted to say about this mountain. Maybe the deep slate, I could have turned it around to use the top texture, like... Oh, that's still not top texture. Like that texture, which is a bit lighter. But when building any creative, it was really tough getting all of that, so I just kind of left it like this. I know, pretty lazy of me, but for now it's gonna be fine, and it's not gonna really stand out as much as it does now when the build is gonna be in and when the trees are gonna be in. So yeah, I just said so yeah like 5 times, but it's fine. Let's get on with today's build. Okay guys, well, after what was quite a bit of time building, this thing is done, and I'm gonna have to say it really fills in the area nicely. And once I'm gonna have the trees in, it's gonna look even better, and it's gonna have this whole side pretty much finished off. I'm picturing a mountain continuing from these rocks in the future going up as kind of a backdrop to Davidburg, or the village, whatever you want to call it. Davidburg is kind of a, you know, just in place name for now. It's pretty much temporary, I would say. I don't know how the glass feels. I might have to add some panes. Now that I think about it, I forgot to try adding panes. With the blocks, it feels kind of blocky, but like if you go to a far enough distance, let's maybe try and fly up here onto the windmill. Although you can't really see it from the windmill, can you? Let's go up here on this little house. The waterfall looks pretty okay. I did have to remove some of these trees, and I think that one is also removed in the creative copy of the world, but right now I'm going to keep it here. It might blend in with the spruce trees, add some variety, who knows. But yeah, let's actually tour this thing, but before that, let's talk about its exterior. I went with the classic, deep slate, black stone roof that I have going on in the village. I kind of wanted to have that go in line with the theme that I already have going for the village. But I did also try to make it stand out by having the walls be red. I could have added some purple accents maybe, but I kind of just used shading towards netherrack and some crimson hyphae, which does add a little bit of purple, but it's really overshadowed by the rest of the build, I would say. And also some pops of a much lighter um, color with the red concrete powder and red terracotta. And another thing I really like about the exterior, I think it's better shown with recam, I would say, is the little wood sign that I made. It's a wood sign because this is supposed to be like a wood storage place, or you're gonna see a bit later. But yeah, it's kind of just made with trapdoors, walls, and that's kind of it actually. I was about to say fences, but there aren't any fences, are there? So yeah, it's just a simple design. I could have made it with banners, but I thought having it 3D like this, and it's also pretty legible, I would say. So you can definitely tell it says wood. And yeah, it looks great. I really like it. Also, the use of daylight sensors as like a roof under trim. I don't know what the technical term for that is, but I'm gonna call it an under trim for now. Looks pretty good, and I might even use it in the future. It mixes really well with stripped dark oak. It's like almost the same color with just a little bit of line work, I guess, in it to kind of break up the shape. But yeah, I also have these little accents of dripstone and iron to, I don't know, add some pop to the otherwise bland and basic stone wall that I basically use on almost every build in this village to kind of, tie everything in together. There's this staircase. I'm going to start here because this is actually nothing. You just come up here. You can kind of view the waterfall, I guess, and the river next to it. And also look out at the portal. This is actually pretty nice if you would come out of here and you would see the portal. So I'm worried of not really obstructing this view. But I'm going to see after I build the trees if I actually succeed in that. There's also torches on the floor because I have not done the interior on this. I am running late with this video as it is, and I do not have the patience, nor do I have the discipline to actually build an interior up here, and I don't think I'm going to be in here for anything probably. I'm mostly going to be down here. And this, I was trying to make like a sliding door. I don't know what those levers are. They're kind of just there, I guess. But yeah, I made this. Also, I don't know. Did I not get the right schematic? I know I had some shelving in here. I'm gonna have to check that out and definitely repair it. Also, what's with this? Did it come from out there? Okay, there's a lot of questions that I'm gonna answer and I'm gonna fix. But this is my wood storage place, or what is gonna be my wood storage place, because I have not moved anything in here yet, but it's gonna happen in probably the next segment after I finish the trees. But yeah, and that's not supposed to be like that. What is going on? I feel like my schematic might have been corrupted or something. That's supposed to be stairs, because I cannot open that otherwise. I'm gonna fix that as well. There's a lot of things I need to fix apparently. But yeah, we're gonna have 4 stacks of chests for each wood type, and I think that's gonna be enough because like I could have one for logs. If that gets filled, I can use shulker boxes to add more logs in here. Then stairs and slabs, normal wood blocks, and then random fences and whatever else. I'm gonna have to find a way to kind of place it in there. I have a card in here which shows someone moving pale wood. I tried to get a slab that would look kind of like the crust, what am I saying, the bark of the pale oak. And I think the closest thing I found was cobbled deep slate. It looks kind of off. I definitely see it, but like I think it works. Nobody's gonna really stare at this for that long. This side thing is for like random storage and mostly spruce because I know I have a ton of spruce, so I'm gonna definitely need this. But yeah, this is a pretty, I would say, simple build. Honestly, it's not that complicated. It's not that huge, but it works. That side thing here that I made, it's really not seen from almost any angle, but it's like a little green thing just to add a different kind of color next to the red, and it's also pretty complementary or whatever. I don't really know color theory. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I also added some windows and signs to just add detail to the build. I could have used stairs. Now that I think about it, it might have looked smoother. What am I saying, bro? I can't speak. If I had used stairs. But yeah, I said but yeah like 1,000 times throughout this video. It's kind of like one of my verbal tics, but it's fine. So I'm gonna have to fix this interior, and then I can get onto the trees. And actually, I'm gonna finish off today's video with me stacking up this storage system with the bunch of logs and wooden stuff that is currently in the what is it even called, like town center building, mayor's building. Whatever, doesn't really matter. But yeah, let's get on with that, and I'll see you guys after the little montage. And now with the trees added, this whole area is complete, and I love how it turned out. It's like a nice little corner in our beautiful little village, and it adds a lovely pop of color with the red and a nice addition with the waterfall. And I really plan on extending this river, hopefully down that way, and maybe even expanding it as it sort of continues on weaving down towards the actual river, which I think there is a river, right? There's no river. Okay, I thought there was like a river going down here connecting up with these, but I was wrong. Anyway, for the trees, I want to thank Sino from the bottom of my heart. I think I already said it in the video, but these are his trees, his designs, and I am really grateful that he let me use them in both in my build and in the video. Great tree work. I'm not glazing here or anything, but literally look at the little pots. I would never have thought to use pots in a tree, but I think what he wanted to do was resemble pine cones with them, and it's absolutely genius. And the trunks as well, much better than my spruce trees, which I have in Riverside, but there's always room for improvement. And they add a nice little height as well to the build. Like if you go all the way over here, night is about to come, so I should probably sleep, but it's okay. Like once you're here, you can see the tops of the trees, and it adds a nice little element of elevation into the area, and it's looking great. But yeah, let me sleep and I'll continue with whatever I wanted to say. Okay, and now with morning being here again, I really like how the brightness of the red on the wall kind of looks. Maybe I should add like a light source somewhere near it, so it's almost like the light is bouncing off on the build. Maybe a lantern on that trapdoor or something like that. That might actually be a good addition to think about. But yeah, So now I want to show you the actual interior for this thing because before it wasn't finished. Oh, I need to finish this here as well because there is not there shouldn't be grass actually. Okay, but I did add some shelves with some random, I don't know, equipment. This is supposed to be like a rack of bookshelves with maybe, I don't know, manuals or information about wood, or I don't know what someone would have down here, but it was nice detail, okay? I don't know what this is supposed to be. Just random stuff I thought would look okay. This is a log with an axe for like splitting wood. I did also have this down at Riverside near my cabin. But yeah, also we have all the chests. I still need to put the stairs or the slabs or whatever I'm going to put up there so I can actually open the chests. But besides that, I think we're ready for the next part of the video, which is getting all the wood in here and finally having a nice storage system for all of the birch, spruce, oak, or whatever. Alright, and that took not as long as I thought it would actually, because there was quite a bit to sort, but I mean, the system I made is pretty good. And as you can see, all of that wood that I talked about earlier is now stored in these wonderful chests. The top chest is for anything other than slabs and stairs. This one is planks, and this one is logs, which is perfect. And for these, they're almost empty for the most part. And then this one just has everything. This is like utility blocks that are made of wood or have wood stuff in them, I guess, including sticks and tripwire hooks. So this is all just gonna be random storage or maybe even overflow storage, but I don't think this is gonna overflow anytime soon because I don't have anything like a big wood farm. Although that might not be a bad idea for the future. But yeah, I just wanted to end off today's video by showing you guys the storage system. I think the build we made today is absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with how it turned out, including all of these woods, all of these trees and the rocks and the waterfall and everything. This is actually the first time I've ever made a waterfall and a river. Not a river. I've made a river in the past, but like in the recent or in the past like 4 years. The last time I made a river was back in 2021 when I first actually started building. And if I do remember, I'm gonna put up a picture with the river if I have one. I should have one probably in the screenshots of my old Minecraft folder. But yeah, I think that was kind of it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all the support. I'm sorry this video has ran late, but as I said on my Discord, if you haven't joined, by the way, I highly recommend you do. It's a, well, actually, I don't know if I should recommend it, to be honest, because there's not a lot happening in there as of now, but if it grows and I get a community, I'm gonna try and make it as nice and as welcoming as possible. But yeah, you're all welcome to join. Post your builds in there. I always look at the builds channel. There's someone who always posts ships. I'm gonna shout them out because I really love their ships, and I think that it's worthwhile to join it. But that's enough for the plug of my Discord. Thank you all for the support, and special thanks to all my members who support me every month. And I'm gonna chuck their names right here. But yeah, I was David, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.